Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see my face. This is the first time I am showing my face in a video. I'm usually behind the camera where I feel more comfortable, but I thought it would be easier to film this video face to face. So I apologize for any awkwardness. Yeah, this is probably going to be a hot mess, but let's just get right into it. So this is my favorite comebacks slash debuts for 2020. There's been so much good music this year that it's going to be hard to narrow down the lists, but I did so. I picked these are my personal favorites, so if your favorite did not make the video, do not come for me, I'm sorry, but you can leave down below who your favorite comebacks were this year. I would love to know. Let's chat down in the comment section. But I broke it up into different sections. So I did my favorite debut. I have 7 for that category. My favorite comebacks for solo. I think I have 7 for that as well. My favorite boy group comebacks, which I listed 10, and my favorite girl group comebacks, which I also listed 10. And then I have honorable mentions for like each category and stuff. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. All right. So the first category is debuts. So let's just jump right into it. So for my number 7 spot, it's gonna go to Treasure. They debuted this year with the First Step, Chapter 1, and the title track Boy. I feel like if you watched Treasure Box, you've been waiting so long for these boys to debut, and at some point during that wait, you're like, are they ever going to debut? I was exactly feeling the same way. So when they finally debuted, I was so excited to see them on stage for the first time as a group. And Boy is such a fun track. So yeah, that will be my number 7 spot. Number 6, I do not have the album for, but I'm going to give the number 6 spot to ENHYPEN. So we'll put up a picture of the album. I was really surprised by this debut. I knew it was going to be big. It's a big hit. They are the little boy group of BTS and TXT, so I knew for sure that there was going to be production. There will be like high value, like just really like well planned out debut. I did watch the first episode of Island, or the first 2 episodes of Island. I did not continue with the show, but I'm glad that Jay and Jake, who I really liked in the first couple episodes, made it into the final group. So yeah, that's gonna be my number 6 spot. I love the title track. I think it's such an amazing debut. The number 5 spot is going to go to STAYC. I was not expecting such an amazing debut from this girl group. I heard about them through the grapevine. I wasn't thinking too much of them. I wasn't thinking too much into it. I knew it was just gonna be probably another generic girl group debut, but I was wrong, and I am not afraid to admit that I was wrong. That debut was so good. The title track, So Bad, is so good. The music video is like high production. Like you can tell that the company has put a lot of money into them. And the girls themselves, they're so talented. I feel like they have like a wide variety of skills and talents. So I'm gonna give number 5 spot to STAYC. All right, for my number 4 spot, I'm going to give it to Ghost 9. Now, Ghost 9 is a group under Maru Entertainment. There are a few boys that were in Produce X101. They did not make the final group, but they're now finally debuting in their own group. So yeah, I was just like, oh, I'm interested in seeing it. And then I watched all the teasers, the storyline, and then the music video came out, and I'm like, I am hooked. So I know I don't have the album yet, but I do have it coming in the mail. I also have their comeback album coming in the mail. I just think they are a group to watch out for. Super talented. I love the style of music so far that they've put out. So highly, highly, highly recommend. Number 4 spot goes to Go9. All right, so for number 3, it's going to be Secret Number. Secret Number debuted this year. It's a 5-member girl group with the title track Who Dis. This is their first single album. Again, I was not expecting what I got. Like, the song is different than a lot of girl group songs nowadays. It's kind of girl crush, kind of like super powerful, but not too like hip hoppy. I don't know how to explain it, but so good. I loved the music video. The song was on repeat. It was literally, as soon as I heard the song, I'm like, I have to have this album. So yeah, number 3 spot's gonna go to Secret Number. All right. So for number 2, it should come as no surprise, but Wano debuted this year, finally, after such a long wait of who knows what's gonna happen. I'm so happy that he finally got to debut, and he deserves my number 2 spot. I absolutely loved this album. I think he shines on stage. He has such an amazing stage presence. The music video and the song are so catchy, so beautiful. You could tell he worked really hard and he wanted to show his fans what exactly he has to offer, and I'm hooked. All right, so for number 1, we have BAE 173. So I absolutely loved this debut. It was so cute, so funky. It was such a feel-good song that I could not stop listening to it. For those who don't know, this group consists of members Hangul and Dohyun. They were members of X1 from Produce X101 before they disbanded, but they have finally debuted in their own group, and this is definitely my favorite debut of this year. The song, the music video, everything about this debut was so spot on. Like, they are so talented. I cannot wait to see what they have in store next. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to my honorable mentions list for debuts, and I have a few to list out for you, and I also have some of them as albums as well. So the first honorable mention goes to Woods. I also thought this was a stellar debut. He's from Produce X101, and I was expecting to love it, and I absolutely did. Such a great, great album. The next one is Lunar Solar. I was completely shocked with this debut. Not that it was like anything like over the moon or like super different. I was just so shocked that I loved it as much as I did. This debut song, like Oh Yeah Yeah, Oh Yeah Yeah, Oh Yeah Yeah Yeah, it was so, so good. So catchy. These girls are so talented, so cute. I'm like waiting for their comeback. Like, I cannot wait for this comeback. Another honorable mention goes to MCND. This is their debut album, Ice Age, or Into the Ice Age. Again, like, these boys are so talented. Their dance skills are next level, so I'm super excited. And yeah, they made my honorable mentions list. So the next few I don't actually have physical albums for, but I wanted to mention them anyway. So we have Red Velvet's Seulgi and Irene with Monster. We have P1 Harmony with Disharmony. WJSN Chokomi, and Nati. So those 4 are also they were such amazing debuts that they deserve to be mentioned. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next section, which is solos. So I don't have any physical albums, but I did pick 7 of my favorite solo comebacks this year. So let's get right into it. So my first one, for the number 7 spot on my list goes to Chang'e. I absolutely loved this comeback. She is such an amazing talent. Her singing, her dancing, she is literally the queen of the gays. That's it. I said it. Like, I absolutely love everything that she puts out. So her comeback this year, so good. The next one goes to Daniel. So his comeback, Magenta, I absolutely loved the song, as well as the B-side track, I guess, the one with Jamie and Dominic, I think that's his name. But both tracks are so good. He's so talented. I'm so glad that he's on his own, doing his own thing, and I hope to see more of him in 2021. So number 5 on my list is Boa, and she recently had her 20th anniversary comeback this year. And do we expect anything less from this queen? She's been around for way longer than like you would expect, looking how young she is. She is so talented. She's worked so hard throughout her whole career. She literally has done so much, and she's only 34. Like, what the heck am I doing? I don't know. But her comeback music video, I absolutely loved. Her song, the whole album was such a bop. She gets my number 5 spot. Number 4 is gonna go to Jessie, and she she came back this year with Nunu Nana, and that song, let me tell you, was on repeat for so long. It's so catchy. Like, I have no other words for it, and the rest of her album, like, I know she handpicks quality songs that she wants to give her fans, so I was not expecting anything less, and this album is just a bop. Number 3 is going to go to Eric Nam, and he came back this year with such a good song. Like, usually with Eric Nam's songs, I'm kind of like, sometimes they're a little bit too mellow for me, but this song was so good. Highly, highly, highly recommend. Like, if you don't know who Eric Nam is, then you're obviously sleeping under a rock. He is such a great host. I listen and watch his podcast on Dive Studios. I've literally seen him since like debut till now, and he's grown so much. I really wish he would put out more music each year, but what he does put out is such quality that I can't complain. All right, so number 2 is gonna go to Henry, my fellow Torontonian. He came back this year with his 3rd mini album. This is his first physical release, since leaving SM Entertainment. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it is. I actually have it coming in the mail. It just did not make it in time for this video, unfortunately, but it was so good. I love his voice. He is so talented. I don't know, maybe I just feel closer that we're from the same city. We grew up in the same neighborhoods. I don't know him personally, obviously, but the fact that someone so talented and so famous in Korea came from the place I call home is kind of mind-blowing to me. But the whole album is so good. I cannot wait. I hope he releases more music next year. Alright, so my number 1 spot for favorite solo comeback this year goes to Alexa. So I absolutely love Alexa. I think her songs are so catchy. She's such a good dancer. She's such a good singer. I was not expecting her to debut solo. I watched her perform or participate on Produce 48 a few years back. And I was like, wow, she really is super talented. But then she got eliminated, and then I kind of forgot about her. But when she debuted last year, I was like, damn, they're really putting so much money into her. Like, her comeback music videos are so high quality. I love, love, love the latest release from her, Decoherence. Every song on there is such a bop. Like, if you haven't listened to Revolution, then I don't know what the heck you're doing, because it's so good. She definitely deserves my number 1 spot for favorite solo comeback. So as for honorable mentions, I have just 3 that I want to mention today. So the first one goes to Hwasa. The second one goes to Hyolyn, and the third goes to Sungwoo from Victon. So all three of them had a comeback this year. Now that I think about it, Sungwoo was actually his debut as a solo artist. So he should have been in my debut section, but that's okay. I've already said it. I've already spoken into existence. So he's going to make my favorite solo list this year as an honorable mention. I absolutely loved all these comebacks. The songs are amazing, the music videos are amazing. So yeah, those three are my honorable mentions for solo comebacks. All right, so we're moving on to the third category, three, and that is my favorite boy group comebacks of the year. So I have 10 to list plus a few honorable mentions because there are so many comebacks this year that it was hard to just pick one. All right, so for the number 10 spot is gonna go to GOT7 and their comeback album Die. This has Not by the Moon? Yes, Not by the Moon. I absolutely love this song. It is so good. They're such good performers. Their music style, everything about GOT7, I love. Ever since, well, I've been with them since debut, but my favorite GOT7 song up till now is Call My Name. I think that came out last year. So when they released Not by the Moon, I'm like, this is giving me so much Call My Name vibes. I absolutely love it. So they got my number 10 spot for favorite boy group comeback. All right, in my number 9 spot, it's gonna go to ONEUS with their comeback album Livid. I don't know. I think it's Lived. But their title track, To Be or Not to Be, yeah, To Be or Not to Be, the music video. Ever since they've been on Kingdom, I feel like they are just like creeping up the ladder with like their production and their performance and stuff like that. I absolutely loved this song and this music video. The album I love. Like I've always enjoyed ONEUS's music, but I feel like this is their best they've put out so far. So they got my number 9 spot. All right, with my number 8 spot, it's gonna go to Very Very. This was their they've released a lot of stuff this year, but this is the first thing they released this year back in January of 2020. Feels like a century ago. But this was like their first step into something a little bit more mature for them. Usually they do like cute, funky, like pop songs and stuff, but Layback, like I don't want to use the word sexy, but like it was very, very mature. Something that they haven't done yet. So I really, really, really did enjoy Layback. So they got my number 8 spot for that. Number 7 is gonna go to NCT 127. They released, I want to say they released a lot of things this year, but I know that's only because, sorry. There we go. I know that's only because NCT 2020, it feels like NCT was just dominating this year with release after release after release. But NCT 127 released their second full-length album, Neozone. The title track, Kick It, is so good. Like, how can you not love Kick It? Like, I'm singing it in my head right now, and it's just always, anytime you hear the music, you're just like, you just want to dance. It's so, so, so good. The album itself is so good. I love when artists release full-length albums. I do prefer them over mini albums, but I absolutely love this one. It is so, so good. I think if you haven't checked them out or if you're not a fan, I think just give their songs a listen. There's such a variety of songs on the album that I feel like it'll appeal to at least everyone's taste. So my number 6 spot is going to be a little bit surprising, but it's going to go to MCND. They released their comeback, their first comeback, Earth Age, I think it's called. I'll put the picture. Obviously, you've seen the picture. But their title track was literally on repeat every single hour of the day for me. I could not stop listening to it. It was so good. I was not expecting to love their comeback as much as I did. I think they're so talented. I spoke about them in my debut um, section, but their comeback was even better. So for number 5, it's gonna go to Stray Kids and their release this year, Go Live. This is their first full-length album with their title track God's Menu. What can I say about God's Menu that you guys don't already know? It is so powerful, it's so creative, it's such a fun song. Um, like, it's iconic. I think this is their best track they've ever released. I'm so happy that they are thriving this year, and I can't wait to see what 2021 has in store for Stray Kids. So my number 4 spot is gonna go to... Sorry. It's gonna go to ATEEZ, and this is their Treasure Epilogue, Action to Answer. They released this back in January. When I was going through the releases for the year and I came across this in January, I was like, are you for real? I swear this came out like a century ago. This year has been so long that I didn't know this came out this year. But this album was such a great conclusion to their first series. They're no longer rookies. They are literally thriving this year. Like, their popularity overseas has always been a given, but now I can see that they're getting more and more popular in Korea. I'm super excited to see them on on Kingdom. I'm super excited for that. This album, I think the title track was... It is slipping my mind right now. That song, so good. I feel like such a fake fan. I can't remember what it's called. I'll just, put it up on the screen. But yeah, I love this comeback. It was so good. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen in 2021. I feel like I'm saying that for everybody, but I really, really can't wait. So my number 3 spot is gonna go to One the Nine, and I think this is my most surprising addition to the list. I'm not really like a huge One the Nine fan, but when they released this song, I think it made my Spotify top 5 list. That's how good it was. I played this song every day for like the last 6 months. It is such a good song. I'm so sad that they were just a project group and that they're no longer going to be together, but they are going to disperse and hopefully debut on their own. So I can't wait to see what the members are going to do. But this song, honestly, I have no words. It was just perfection. I love this song so much. So my number 2 spot is gonna go to Victon and their comeback for Mayday. This was literally just a single. It had Mayday, an instrumental, and a CD only song, but Mayday was my most listened to song of the year. I played that song way too many times, let me tell you. It is so good. The music video, such high production, high value. I absolutely love Victon, and I'm so sad that their first album got delayed, but I want them to be healthy and happy, and I'll see them in 2021, and maybe that will be my number 1 spot next year. Who knows? But number 2 is going to go to Victon's Mayday. So my number 1 spot is obviously going to be no surprise. They are my alt group of alt groups. I absolutely love everything that they do, all the music. So, can you guess? You don't have to guess too long because it is Monsta X. And I chose Fantasia X as my favorite comeback from them this year. I love Fantasia. It is such a bop. Like, it's so, like, not typical, but so Monsta X style that instant hit. Like, I absolutely, as soon as I listened to it the first time, I'm like, this is it. This is my favorite song. Like, I can't stop praising Monsta X. And I'm so glad that, like, I'm not happy but I'm happy of what came of that whole situation, because them having to stay in Korea this year has kind of boosted their popularity with the Korean audiences, and I'm so happy that they're finally like getting recognition for the amazing group that they are. If you have not checked out Monsta X, or you are sleeping under a rock, or you're just a hater, I definitely recommend this album. Nothing but bops. So I have some honorable mentions. Quite a few, actually. There's been so many good comebacks this year, but I'll go through the physical ones I have, and then I will go through the ones that I don't. But for honorable mentions, I want to mention Ace, Butterfly Fantasy, such a good album. The next honorable mention is Astro. They had a comeback this year called Gateway. There's so much I can say about Astro, but I absolutely love them. They're such a different type of boy group that you should definitely take a look. All right, The Boys. They had 2 comebacks this year, I believe. But The Stealer is so good. I love all the tracks on this album. I'm so happy that they're also finally getting recognition, and I'm super excited to see them on Kingdom as well. Another honorable mention goes to CIX, and their comeback that just happened a few months ago. Such a good song. Like, they are artists. They put so much effort into their concepts that I absolutely love everything that they've done so far. NCT 2020. So this is part 1 of their comeback album. There's really nothing I can say. Like, SM knows what they're doing when it comes to NCT, and they literally just kept feeding us. There was never a dull moment in 2020 without something NCT. But yes. As for the ones that I don't have, sorry, I just have a list off to the side here. Golden Child, absolutely love this comeback. BTS, like, these guys are so talented. Like, I don't even have to say how talented they are. The world knows it. The world knows who they are. They are the most popular boy group in the world right now, and they deserve it. And then the last honorable mention goes to TXT. So I absolutely love this album. My favorite track is We Lost the Summer, or something along those lines. That song has been on repeat, like, I can't tell you. So yeah, definitely deserve to be honorably mentioned. But yeah, that's it for the boy groups. So we'll move on to the next one. So the final category in my favorite comebacks / debuts of the year is going to be girl groups. Alright, so I also have a top 10 list plus some honorable mentions. So let's start with number 10. So number 10 is going to go to Luna with this release here. I'm not a huge Luna stan, but this album and this title track and the B-side tracks, I think, are my favorite so far from Luna. I think they did so well with this comeback this year that I'm slowly becoming a stan. Number 9 is going to go to IZ*ONE. I absolutely love Secret Story of the Swan. I think next to their, like, debut track, this might be my second favorite song from them. It is so good. It's so IZ*ONE. Highly recommend. I'm going to be so sad when the group finally disbands. So I'm just hoping that they release a couple more things before that happens. But yeah, super excited to see what happens in 2021 for IZ*ONE. Alright, so my next favorite comeback, number 8, is going to go to CLC. CLC has been such an underrated group that I love to see them getting more and more recognition. So Helicopter, I actually took a dance class for Helicopter. That's how much I love the song. It is so good. So I don't want to say it's not different from what they've done before, but I love when CLC does these types of songs. Like, it's definitely my favorite type of song from CLC. My favorite song from CLC is Hobgoblin. So I love when they do these types of concepts, and I really hope Cube promote some more next year. Please. We want more CLC. So the next one is number 7. And that goes to Secret Number. And this is their first comeback ever. They were in my favorite debuts of the year, but they've also made my favorite comeback. Got That Boom is such a good song. I love the colors of the music video. I love the bass of the song. It is such a fun track. I am so excited. I know 2021 has so much more in store for Secret Number. I literally just can't wait. I can't wait. All right, so number 6 goes to Wiki Mickey. This isn't even a CD. This is like a postcard set. I don't know what they did for this comeback, but Dazzle Dazzle is probably one of my favorite Wiki Mickey songs ever. I think they deserve so much more than what they're getting, but Dazzle Dazzle is such a pop. Like, it's so catchy. It's such an earworm. The music video, the colors, like the styling, like can you even see that? It's probably too shiny. But I just absolutely loved everything about the song, and I think you guys should check them out. So am I at number 5? Yes, number 5. So for number 5, it's gonna go to Idol. This is, I think they had 2 comebacks this year. This is their comeback right after, I think, Queendom. This was their first official comeback after Queendom. Oh My God is such a production. Like, it's such a performance. The song is so good, and the music video so good. Like, Soyeon is such an amazing producer, composer, lyricist, like everything. She has it all. This was such a good album. I am so excited to see what their January comeback. I know they teased something about January, so I'm hoping we get another bop that is oh my god. Yeah. So my number 4 spot is gonna go to ITZY. This is their first comeback of this year. It's Me. The title track is Wannabe. I absolutely love this song and this comeback. I think they are so talented. I think all their songs are so catchy. I know they've got a long career ahead of them, but I'm just so excited with what they're doing now that it's definitely top 10, top 5. They're number 4. They definitely deserve it. Wannabe is such a good song. All right, so we jump into number 3, and number 3 goes to, it's a heavy album, Dreamcatcher. So this is their comeback, Dystopia, Lose Myself, with the title track Boca. Like, if you're not listening to Dreamcatcher, then you have bad taste, and I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. I'm just kidding. They are like the most different girl group I find in K-pop right now. They are rock inspired. All their tracks have like a rock feel to it. But Boca is so catchy. Like, it's definitely something different that they're doing. I'm super excited for 2021. My favorite member is back from the little hiatus. But this is definitely worthy of my number 3 spot. For sure, hands down, Dreamcatcher. So number 2 is gonna go to Twice. Eyes Wide Open is probably my favorite album from them so far, and Can't Stop Me is the track of the year. Like, I have heard that song. Everyone's doing the dance on TikTok. Like, it is such an earworm. Like, I can't get it out of my head. It's on my playlist on repeat. Like, I never thought I would love a Twice song as much as I love Can't Stop Me. So they are definitely deserving of my number 2 spot. So for the number 1 spot for my girl group comeback this year, it is obviously no surprise. These are my favorite girl group, and it's Everglow. This is their second comeback of the year, I believe. I don't want to pronounce the title of this album, so I'm just going to say La Di Da. La Di Da was such a fun track. It's very 80s. It's very Sin City. Like, it was on repeat. I could probably say that about everything, but it literally was on repeat every single day. It's still on my playlist. Like, I absolutely love La Di Da. I love these girls. I know certain things have hit them really hard lately, but I really hope in 2021 that they come back healthy, happy, and I'm super excited to see what they have in store for us. But first, I hope they're prioritizing their health. But yeah, this is definitely my number one favorite comeback in terms of girl groups, for sure, hands down. All right, so as for honorable mentions, I don't have any physically, so we're just going to list them. First is A Pink, then Oh My Girl, GWSN, Nature, and GFriend. So they definitely deserve an honorable mention. Every single one of them had such a catchy like title track. I absolutely loved the comebacks, the albums, like everything about girl groups this year. I want more girl groups next year. I'm craving, boy groups are dominating, but I want girl groups. But yeah, those are my honorable mentions for girl groups. So that comes to the end of the video of my favorite comebacks and debuts of the year. I really do hope you enjoyed that video. I hope I'm not too awkward of a person to be sitting in front of a camera and talking. I just picked my nose, kinda. But that's literally me. I'm just awkward. But anyways, I hope that did not deter your entertainment. Please let me know down below who your favorite comebacks this year were. I would love to know, or maybe I missed something, who knows. But I am super excited for 2021. I know it's going to be a jam-packed year full of comebacks, and I literally just cannot wait. I love music so much. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you're staying healthy. I will see you in my next one. Bye-bye. Oof.